Welcome to this webinar, which provides insights on promoting resilience. These insights take account of research, as well as inspectors' findings in early learning and care settings, and the advice provided by inspectors to promote improvement. In this webinar, we will consider how early learning and care settings can promote a child's resilience through everyday opportunities and activities. All of the advice provided in this webinar should be considered in light of the prevailing public health guidelines which apply in educational settings. This introductory webinar provides an overview of the topic of promoting resilience in children. It highlights the key messages that will support adults to enhance and develop children's emerging capacity to be resilient, to help them to successfully adapt and cope in times of adversity and challenge. The ability to be resilient is not just an intrinsic trait of the individual person, but a skill that can be learned. Resilience can be developed and influenced by both nature, the child's individual personality, and nurture, their key relationships, interactions, and experiences of the world. In 1995, the Bernard Van Leer Foundation published a child-centered, innovative approach to recognizing and promoting resilience in children. The research identified that the core foundation of resilience is the individual child's self-belief and self-efficacy. This self-belief is expressed through a series of I statements. I am statements speak to the child's inner strength and self-esteem. I have statements elaborate on the supports and resources the child can draw upon for guidance. I can statements indicate the strength of the child's interpersonal and communication skills. Before the child is aware of who she is, I am, or what she can do, I can, she needs external supports and resources to develop the feelings of safety and security that lay the foundation, which are the core for developing resilience. Early childhood provides a significant window of opportunity for the development of a child's resilience. According to Maston et al. 2013, protective factors in early childhood, such as positive relationships, healthy brain development, good self-regulation skills, community supports for families, and learning opportunities, are fundamental to promoting children's resilience. Children must be supported to establish these appropriate protective factors, as low levels of resilience can negatively impact on their well-being, learning, and development. When faced with adversity, children who have not developed such protective factors are more likely to require increased intervention in the development of their social skills, the regulation of their emotions, and cognitive development. On a positive note, although experiencing adversity can be distressing for children and their families, many children do well when faced with such challenges, and great learning can occur for them. To explore how we can promote children's resilience, we will begin by looking at the context of the child's earliest educational experiences, the role of play, each child as an individual, the child's key relationships, and the influence of the wider community. During the early years of children's education in Ireland, practitioners and teachers in early learning and care settings and schools are guided by some key documents. When effectively implemented, these guiding documents support practitioners, junior infant primary teachers, and parents to build children's resilience. The Early Years Education Inspection is guided by a quality framework which evaluates the nature, range, and appropriateness of the early educational experiences of children in settings. The framework is informed by the principles of ASHTR, the Early Childhood Curriculum Framework, SHIELTA, the National Quality Framework for Early Childhood Education, as well as national and international research related to early childhood education and inspection. ASHTR's themes support the child's physical and psychological well-being, their identity and belonging, their capacity for exploring and thinking and communicating. In early learning and care settings, as children explore and think, they have opportunities to test their abilities, take risks, and experience success. These opportunities support their developing resilience. Principles of Síolta highlight the centrality of children's individuality and strengths to quality early childhood experiences. The principles also highlight the role of the adult and responsive reciprocal relationships. In addition, Síolta also highlights the critical place that play has for the well-being, development and learning of children. The primary school curriculum, 1999, focuses on supporting children to realise their individual potential to live a full life as a child and as an adult. Looking at our school, a quality framework for primary schools, 2016 identifies the importance of supporting the child to reflect on their experiences and developing a sense of ownership over their learning. The Wellbeing Policy Statement and Framework for Practice, 2018 to 2023, in particular focuses on nurturing an integrated whole school approach to the development of resilience and coping strategies. In these early years of childhood, the key manner in which children learn new skills and develop resilience is through play. Play allows children to practice and try out new behaviours in a safe way. By providing space, time, resources, and adult support for free play, you enable children to practice and adapt their behaviour to various new situations and challenges. In support of resilience, play provides an excellent context for exploring children's emotions. For example, a child might be annoyed or disappointed when his carefully constructed Lego tower is knocked over by another child. You could respond by naming and validating the child's emotion. You can say, "I can see that you were sad," and then you can go on to reflect on the incident together and take constructive action to resolve the negative feelings and ask, will we ask him why that happened? Will we try again? Sensitive, constructive support such as this allows the child to develop an awareness of how to positively respond to a similar incident in the future. Play also provides us with the opportunity to reinforce children's sense of mastery and achievement, and to support children to celebrate and derive pleasure from. This is not limited to celebrating the achievement of specific successes. It could be positive reinforcement for the first time that the child attempts to climb to the top of the slide, when a child agrees to share, or when the child tries a more challenging puzzle. So, how can we support the development of the individual child's resilience? By listening to and responding to the child's voice and providing them with regular opportunities to share their views, you support children's belief that their knowledge, skills, and opinions are understood and heard. This strengthens their self-belief that they can make a valuable contribution to society. Providing children with access to a wide choice of age-appropriate learning materials supports their holistic development. Adults, for example, may give children freedom to play with various open-ended and creative materials in a way that is meaningful to them. These adults are mindful that children are learning through exploring and experimenting. Inspectors often note how the child is supported by practitioners to try out something new, take risks, and persevere with tasks. Each attempt, regardless of outcome, is valued as a learning opportunity, and perseverance is valued just as highly as success. Research indicates that children's positive view of themselves is critical to their self-belief and having the knowledge and skills to successfully navigate through life. In high-quality settings, the child's positive self-image is actively promoted. As adults, we can foster children's positive self-belief by supporting them to find solutions to overcome challenges and achieve goals. Research strongly indicates that a supportive, consistent relationship with a key caregiver is critical to the development of children's resilience skills. In studies where children have experienced adversity, the presence of a positive, loving caregiver relationship is the main factor which differentiated children with higher resilience from those who require significant support. This person may be a parent or family member, a key early years practitioner, or the child's primary teacher. When supporting children's resilience, key supportive adults are mindful of their own attitudes, strengths, and fears, and provide positive, affirmative encouragement to children. For instance, if we as adults let our personal fear of heights impact on children's climbing attempts, we are not promoting the resilience. Instead, we must encourage children to climb safely and confidently by providing age-appropriate support for the development of their gross motor skills. In addition to requiring the support of key adults, children's relationship with their peers is extremely important for building resilience. For example, it probably won't surprise you to hear that when children return to settings after their unprecedented closure due to the global pandemic, they didn't want to talk about COVID-19. They were far more concerned with playing with their friends. Playing with their friends made them happy and offered a sense of normality after the disruption to their normal day-to-day routine. As noted in many inspection reports, friendships in early childhood give children the opportunity to practice their social and communication skills. When children understand their emotions and empathise with others, they develop the fundamental skills to self-regulate, accept responsibility, and resolve conflictual situations independently. Children can develop an understanding of their own feelings and the feelings of others. This encourages positive interactions and promotes positive behaviour. This is, of course, with guidance and support from key adults and plenty of playtime. Children's resilience is underpinned by a secure sense of belonging in their family and community. Settings can take many steps to support the children and their families to understand how community integration can positively impact on children's resilience. These include providing opportunities for children, their families, and members of the local community to come together in the setting, visiting local landmarks to acquaint children with their locality, supporting children to engage in community projects. The children's sense of community and pride in their community is boosted when they understand the roles of community members and their role in this wider context. Additionally, research indicates the importance of community supports for families that will in turn help them to support children to overcome a variety of challenges. Settings may provide families with details of community initiatives, such as language classes, parents' networks, and other relevant child and family supports. This enables parents to find the right information or service for them and their unique family situation. Transitions of any nature can be a nervous and unsettling time for some children. Recognising and supporting transitions can really help children to be resilient during times of change. This may be settling into a new setting, moving from room to room within an existing setting, or leaving early learning and care to start primary school. Settings may use social stories, props, discussions, and visits to prepare children for upcoming transitions. The children may visit the new setting, or the child's new teacher may visit their current setting. A comprehensive online resource called Let's Get Ready will be available early summer 2021. This resource provides information to support the families of all children when returning to preschool or school. It explains the differences between settings and primary school for parents and includes information about school procedures. In addition, the Mushscale reporting template is often used by settings to share information about the child with parental permission to the primary school. This, supported by professional conversations with practitioners, will help the teacher to really get to know the child and understand how to best support them. So, in summary, we have reviewed the importance of resilience in giving children the capacity to manage themselves in an unpredictable and often challenging world. We have identified children's play as the best context in which to develop resilience and have shown that all adults, whether in an early learning and care setting, in the home, or in the wider community, can play a role by being sensitive, responsive, and supportive. If you were interested in exploring this topic further, the other webinars in this series provide practical ideas for early years practitioners, parents, and primary teachers on how they can best support children's developing resilience. Here is a list of further information and resources which may support you in promoting children's resilience. This brings us to the close of this webinar, and we would like to thank you for listening. We hope it provides helpful advice. If you have direct queries or comments arising from your engagement with this webinar, please use the dedicated email address provided to send your comments to us on insights_info@education.gov.ie. We would like to sincerely thank these schools and early learning and care settings who shared the beautiful images with us.